Hello, everyone. So hopefully, BeLive has fixed all their bugs and stuff because the last time we did this, it just froze in the middle. Yoel, you here? Check.
Yeah, baby, I'm here.
Great. So for anyone who doesn't know, Yoel, who's over this guy right over here, we met actually through Snapchat. We've known each other for over a year. Yoel is a professional in Google, Waze, and LinkedIn ads. And
right, I guess.
You guess?
Yes.
And we're going to cover today the topic of lowering CPC and CPM. So as we were starting this live, we actually had a debate about this because the difference for Facebook and for Google is that both of them have relevance scores. So the Google relevance score, as Yoel will explain in detail here, the relevance score from Google is actually the number that Google gives first. And then based on that, you can say, okay, let's tweak it. Let's fix stuff up. Let's see what we could do. Facebook is actually the opposite. Facebook shows you the CPM, the CPC, the conversion rate, and then based on those numbers, spits out a relevance score. So as opposed to, which we've talked about a lot through a lot of these live videos, what I do first is I look, how do I maximize the conversion rate? How do I maximize the leads? How do I find the right people? Then once I'm doing that, now we can turn around and say, okay, how can I lower the CPM, the CPC, based on the fact that I already know the people that are really great are actually being targeted. So Yoel is going to tell us how Google's actually the exact opposite. First, you have a relevance score. Now you can say, okay, based on the relevance score, I want to get it to go up. I want to get it to go down. Obviously, you always want it up. I don't think you'd ever want a lower relevance score. And then based on raising the relevance score up, you will then expect to have a lower CPM, lower CPC, and be able to get more conversions for a lower price. So meanwhile, before you all starts, I'm going to share this video on my
right now
personal page, and anyone who's watching, please jump in and also share it on their page, because as we spoke about a lot, sharing a live while it is live is the best juice to get the most organic reach. So if everyone who's watching this, take a leap of faith here and assume that this live will be good, much like the other ones, and share it on your timeline, and hopefully your friends will enjoy it as well.
It is Sunday, 4 p.m. Whatever happened to sharing is caring? People don't say that anymore. Two legends. Thanks, Omer.
Don't say that anymore.
I know, they don't. That's what we need to find. We need to come up with a new rhyme. If anyone has any ideas, let us know.
Yeah, get in the comments and tell us.
Posting is boasting. How's that? I can do this all day, but drive people crazy. All right. Are you ready to go? Are you all shared up?
1 second.
Sometimes when you think for a second, it reminds me of still tea.
Yeah.
I always forget. It always gets cold.
Okay. Shared. Okay, great. So
Boom.
Omer says 2 legends. Like, get that up on there. Check that guy out. Thank you, Omer, for jumping in so early. Do you know Omer?
Yeah, great time.
Yeah.
Organized Geek Time. That's right. Okay. Another conference
so I'm ready. You're ready. We already have David up in here. Thank you for the like, David.
What's up, D? All
okay,
right.
So why don't you start by just explaining relevance score on Google, since I gave a little.
Well, first, it's called something else. It's called quality score.
Quality score.
But relevance score is really it's probably maybe even a better word to use in a sense. So because it's mostly Google text ads, it's text, so Google can read it, right? And if you do SEO, you also know that Google can't read what you're saying in your video, like right now. Well, it can, but it's not. It's working on learning how to, let's say, to rank it.
Even with
it also can't
closed captioning.
Right, which YouTube is doing now, by the way, in ranking, but that's another subject. And the same thing you can't do with your banners. It's like your image ads you see, when you browse the internet. But when you do have text ads, there's, Google knows exactly what the keywords that are there because it's all text. So there are 4 correlations that are involved in increasing your quality score. And the quality score is a score 1 to 10. There's your keywords, so what your actual keywords you want to bid on. And then how much correlation what you're bidding on and what the search term is. So the search term is what people write in Google, right? Let's say you're looking for something, pizza place near me, right? Then so how well those are correlated. Text in your ad, and then how well the text in your ad, the keyword, the search term is correlated to the actual text on your landing page. Those four things is what makes up the correlation between them is the quality score. And
so just review them
this
again.
is something
cut off for about 2 seconds. So just again, keywords,
the keyword which you enter, right? You want it to match it with what people are searching for, the search term. You want the correlation between that, so the keyword and the search term, with the texting that you put in the ads that you write, and with the text that's on your landing page on your website. So if those are correlated, that helps your quality score.
Is there four?
Now, unlike Facebook, well, keyword and search term, they're two different things, but they're kind of
the keyword you put in,
like one grouping, but four things.
Okay.
Right. Now, Facebook, you need to make sure that the correlation, you work backwards, right? First you build ads, and then you want to optimize, and you want to work back on bringing the CPC or CPM, right? The cost per click or the cost per 1,000 impressions down. On Google, you regularly why it's so important in a moment. But at the beginning, when you make your ads,
5 seconds, you got cut off again.
So it's really important.
People getting the same thing as me that Yoel's getting cut off, or is Yoel actually getting cut off? I'm not sure. I keep on. You get a few lags every few seconds. So I just want to confirm that it's actually happening and it's not just my imagination. And then you don't need to repeat it for me.
All right.
Okay.
And anyway,
try that again.
All right. So I'll recap it in a bit. So we want to go back a few seconds before that, right? We want the correlation between the keywords, the ads, and the text on the page. And what we want to do is we want to have from the very beginning, when you create your ads and your campaigns and your ad groups and your keywords, you want to have in mind to keep the correlation. So it's really important is to segment your campaign into ad groups. Ad groups, which many people do wrong, including many people call themselves professionals, they group their ad groups based on keywords, not ads. That's why Google calls them ad groups. They're grouping of ads. You put all the keywords that you want to see that ad in one group. So if you're thinking, so let's say if you have, let's say a digital marketing company and you're promoting, let's say Facebook ads, for example. So someone's looking for a Facebook ads expert. You want to bid on that keyword specifically and have the text Facebook ad expert in your ad. And then you're going to want Facebook ad expert on your landing page. If you also, let's say, someone does Instagram ads, for example, then what you should be doing is you should take out keywords for Instagram ads, make a new ad group, keywords for Instagram ads, make the ads that say Instagram ads, and you should have landing pages that goes into Instagram ads. And that keyword come up
Is there a way to set up some sort of like automatic thing within Google AdWords that kind of like writes the headline of the ad based on the actual search term? So does that lower the
dynamic ad? Yes, it's called dynamic keyword insertion. Yes. So what it does is there's something. So in the headline, you get to write 35 characters in each headline. There are 2 headlines and there's an 80-character description. So what you can do is whatever someone searches in Google, you can have that come up as the headline in the ad, which is astonishing. So if someone, so you automatically have that correlation. Not just do you have that, you end up getting higher click-through ratios because people see exactly what I wrote is the headline, is exactly what I'm looking for. And then so therefore you can also bid less per click because you're going to get more clicks to your website as a percentage of how many searches. And you end up being able to make, let's say, more sales or get more leads on less clicks with less bids. So it's really, there's a lot of profit involved. But I want to go back for a second. Thing about quality score that people don't understand is that it's fantastic that Google does. Google does as a customer service. They do it for their own branding. They don't want, if your ads, let's say, is bait click, or if there isn't strong correlation, they don't want to show your ads. So they penalize you in a sense. So if you have a quality score under 5 and being penalized, you actually have to pay significantly more money for your ads to show up. On the other hand, if you have high correlation, you can literally bid pennies and your ad will show up above people spending dollars per click.
Right.
Which is what's great, why you should always bid on your own company because it's much cheaper. So for example, you just think about it from like a customer perspective, right? You want something, you're searching something on Google, you want to find something that's relevant, you want to take a landing page relevant, you want to have a good experience on Google. That's what Google wants. So therefore, if you're going to give people a good experience by bidding what people are looking for, means you're actually interested in it, showing ads what they're looking for, and taking to the landing page what they're looking for, what they're going to do is Google's going to give you a huge boost and have you pay just pennies in order to get a click.
Right.
Would be dollars otherwise. They'll penalize you if they don't see strong want to serve the searcher, which is the bread and butter.
So now, if you've already created ads and you're seeing whatever results, good, bad, anywhere in between, so what are some tips that you use for yourself to get to dramatically decrease? You used the word epically when we were coming up with a name, but I still don't. I'm not sure if that's actually a word. So dramatically,
which is why we should use it.
Dramatically decrease the cost per impression and click.
Right. So the first thing, so I use some tools, some software and SaaS that I pay money for that helps me review these and find the leads. But if not, I mean, you can go and do it yourself. It'll just take longer. If you're just managing your company, you don't need, you can take the time to do it yourself. So the best way actually to go is quality score is only set at the keyword level. So I would go to a campaign by campaign or ad group by ad group, and you can organize, make sure that you add to the columns quality score, and you can sort them, lowest to highest, and see which ones are lowest and highest. Take a note of the keywords that are lowest in each ad group. Go straight into the ads. See if those keywords are showing up in the ads. If you're very happy with your ads and those keywords aren't showing up in the ads, then take those keywords, make a new ad group with those keywords, and make special ads that reflect those keywords. Right? And so there you find
break it down for people who don't spend a lot of time in Google Ads. So for example, just on Facebook, the hierarchy of ads is campaign, ad set, ad. So when designing a Google ad, what's the hierarchy? You choose go through the steps of, so that
it's actually reversed. So it's not right. First you take a look at the keywords, because this is what you want to bid on, right? You want your ad to show under these circumstances.
So when you're actually designing the ads of Google through Google.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Well, I write everything on paper when I create a campaign from scratch to make sure everything follows through. If not, it's easy for me to mess things up. Things fall through the cracks. So start with your key. Start with
like Nick, Brandon.
And if anyone has any questions,
Matt. Yeah.
We should ask out. So first you start with what keywords you want to bid on, right? That's the most important thing.
Right.
Then take those ads, make a grouping of the ads based on those keywords. So what people are searching for, and have that in the ads, right? And then what you're going to do is go to the landing page also reflects those keywords. Feel free to make changes. So I'll give you an example. I worked with, there's a startup, a legal startup, right? Let's say in Australia. And so each and every city, so we would target just Melbourne, just Sydney. And we would put that in just the keywords. So people are searching for, lawyers, Sydney, whatever, and any kind of special kind of lawyer. And then we'd put those in the ad, the location, and then we'd make a special landing page with each city name. So our quality score would be 8, 9, 10 across the board. And we're paying nothing per click, and we're getting leads in it very inexpensively. So you want to keep segmenting your ad groups and your ads.
You're picking the keywords. You're creating the ads based on the keywords you choose, and then you're creating landing pages that reflect those same keywords, so that you're keeping the relevance score high. And
quality score, correct?
Quality score high, which should decrease cost per impression and click, or rather, you only pay per click. Google.
Right, it's only CPC, which was great. Only pay people click. That's why the more information you give, better. That's another topic for another time. Yeah, so it's extremely powerful. And like you mentioned, there are other tools like dynamic keyword insertion, where you can list what people search.
Dynamic.
Right. Keyword insertion. Some people call it DKI for short, which is different from a dynamic ad campaign, which is something else altogether, but also very relevant. But it's it's enough of a one.
No, I did not. Okay.
But now there's one thing. Now remember, if what the person searched, so when you put a dynamic keyword insertion, you put the headline that you want, right? You put the headline that you want in, and then what happens is if their headline will come in based on what their search is. However, if their search is more than the characters that are allowed, it will go to the headline that you chose.
I see.
So, Google's not going to let, someone searches, 60 characters. They're not going to let that happen. You know what I mean? So it will go to your default what you choose.
In the case with, let's say, long tail keywords, wouldn't most of those be, 60 characters is not like a crazy
more than 30. Right.
Okay.
Right. So the dynamic keyword insertion will not be triggered.
Wait, this is a tool that's within Google.
Yeah, this is Google AdWords.
Okay. So what tool do you use for the keyword planning?
I use SEMrush and I use Google AdWords, mostly SEMrush. But also another thing is, if you have some budget, it all depends. I mean, on your business. If you're really strong with negative keywords, you add a lot of broad match modifier, and you literally go in there like day 1, day 2, look at the search terms, and that's actually the best way to pick up keywords, because you actually see what people are actually writing in Google, and you can just easily add them in as keywords. That's much better than research, because you're thinking, oh, this is what people are searching, and it's, the different matches, phrases. You don't really get the psychology of the searcher unless you you cast a wide net. You see, you know what I mean? You see what fish come in, and then you put up walls to not let in the fish you don't want, right? And so that, so you would to spend money in the beginning to learn all this. It's much better long term than all the keyword research and the hours that people put in. Nothing's better than actual, real, raw data.
And do you use Google Keyword Planner, or you just use CMR?
I do and I don't. It depends on the industry. If I'm totally not familiar with the industry, so I have a client that sells different kind of bonds and financial assets in the United Kingdom. I'm not familiar with their terminology and how people search there, so I would use it. However, if they were financial instruments in the United States or in North America, I would not be using it. That's me and my preference. I think that using your brain is much better for keyword planning.
Who does that these days?
Right, who does that these days? Right. You can't outsource Google AdWords. It's too high skilled. It's not like SEO.
So
jabs
for
out
the
there.
Facebook side, just so that we could really see how different Facebook is from Google. It's actually funny because people say, "Oh, I've done Google ads, so Facebook ads. Anyone can do Facebook ads, no big deal." And it's like totally a different mindset. So in your situation, you're targeting based on the keyword. You're not targeting. I mean, there is a way to target based on interests and stuff like that on Google, but it kind of like doesn't really show up on Google search. It'll show up on dynamic ads on certain websites, right?
Well, there are 2 ways, right? If you have display ads. Display ads you can target based on people's interests, and they know this by your browsing history, things that you log in with your email, and Google and Facebook know everything about you. There's 2 targeting. It was rolled out on November 1st of last year, a few months ago. You can target in search based on age and gender. That's it. In search. When it comes to display,
quality score.
That's irrelevant, because not what people search, right? It's only the intention. However, I have a large tea company that we advertise with, and we've taken out special ads to target for women, and we removed men as those targeting, and we speak to the woman directly. And then we have some men team. We target men, but that's like 10% of it.
Right.
But so you can. But in display, you can do people that are actively looking. So if you're looking for new sneakers, right now I'm looking for new running shoes. Google knows that I'm called in market. That means I'm in the market to look to buy new shoes, running shoes.
You know now because you said it. That's it. You're
right. Yeah. Describe it, right? And so now everyone will know that, right? I'm looking for running shoes. You can actually target it. And here's actually a great thing for anyone else that does any kind of advertising. If you're in an agency or an ad agency, like Avery or myself, there's actually an in-market called SEO and SEM, search engine optimization, search engine marketing. If someone's actually looking for SEO or SEM services, you can actually target ads based on that.
Wow.
You can actually target people that are interested and looking into it. Oh yeah, he's awake. He's in Guam.
I didn't know that. But if he's not running those ads, I don't know. He's got his VA on it. Don't worry.
There you go. So tell us more about. Okay, so Facebook
ads. Facebook is literally the total opposite of all of this. The exact opposite. You could literally be running ads to a group of people, have the most amazing ads, but the people could not care less. I'm just going to drop my name so that people could actually see me. You want your name still there, or you want?
Yeah, sure. I don't think it was there at all.
It was there. It's been there the whole time.
Oh, it is? Okay, cool.
It shows up on the top right over there. I don't know how you see it, but I just want people to actually see me. So I'm going to get rid of my name. Everyone knows my name. I'm here every day. So Facebook, you could have the most amazing ads ever. And in theory, if you were talking to the right people, you would sell millions of dollars for pennies in theory, right? But since you're targeting the wrong people, Facebook will just be like, sorry, I'm not sure what to tell you. You just targeted the wrong people, so your ads aren't going to get anywhere. Or you could be targeting the exact right people that would definitely want your service, but your ads suck. So you're targeting the best group ever, but since your ads are bad, there's nothing to do about it. Facebook can't show you them other ads. So Facebook wants to fix this, right? So what they've actually allowed you to do is underneath the interest targeting, there's a little checkbox that says expand targeting. So what Facebook does there is they say, you have no idea as an advertiser what the heck you're doing. Most people don't understand what interest targeting actually means. So because of that fact, it means that you are choosing interests that are wrong. They are not the right people to be targeting. And because you're targeting the wrong people, you're actually going to get worse results. So let us, Facebook, do it for you. You click this little checkbox. Yes.
So that's the thing. Now, if I made a brand new account, right? I have a brand new business, right? I sell water bottles, right? They don't know yet. I actually have to run the ads for Facebook to learn with on-site conversion tracking, or I guess lead generation. I actually have conversion tracking, and then it takes time for Facebook to know what interests are most relevant or targeting. Is that correct?
Yes and no. Because when you create a Facebook ad, which is a totally different system than first picking keywords, then what the ad looks like, then the landing page. Here, first you pick the goal of the ad. Facebook asks you, oh, you want video views? Great. You want impressions? You want engagement?
Okay.
You want website clicks? So based on that first decision and what you optimize in the ad set. So after you've chosen your goal and you've chosen who you want to target, so underneath all of that, right before you change the ad itself, in ad set it says optimize for, and then based on what you have chosen as the goal, so it'll give you a few options. So for example, for conversion, it'll say, do you want daily reach? Do you want impressions? Or do you want conversions? When you run a click campaign, it gives you clicks, daily reach, or impressions. When it's video views, it'll tell you you want clicks, video views, or impressions. And I think they also give you daily reach. So you will choose the campaign optimization. Now from there, Facebook can say, oh, you want clicks? Well, out of the million people you've chosen to reach on Facebook, there's a group of 20,000 of them that love clicking on ads. They just click on ads. And you could actually see this. If you go into audience insights within Facebook Ad Manager and you choose your audience, you can go into activity and it will actually tell you how many ads that group of people click per month. So the average is like 18 or something, 18 ads per month that are clicked on. So I've seen ads that I'm running right now to audiences that fit within my clients that are 54 clicks on ads per month, right? Which means that these are people that love just clicking on ads. But like, congratulations, you got a bunch of people to click on your ad, but if they're not converting, who cares how many people they're clicking? Right. So if you're creating ads that optimize for click, even if you have 0 likes on your Facebook page, you have no engagement on this ad, you have no one that has ever bought your product, Facebook will say, oh, you're looking for clicks. Well, we know people that love clicking. We know people that love watching videos. So they're already optimizing to reach those people first based on the fact that they normally click on ads. They normally watch videos. They normally engage with posts.
Right. Would you say the same thing? So if you want to do a page like campaign, get people to like your account, would Facebook just serve it to the people that like a lot of pages in short? Yes. Right? Okay, got it. Okay, cool. So
would be, what's the next line of that? What's the next line of that theory? They love liking pages. What type of people love liking pages? People who never buy anything.
Right. Oh, that's interesting.
So running like campaigns is, to me, literally, without exaggerating, the worst investment in your business.
Well, wait, I'm totally off topic, but also on Facebook ads, but why?
Because you're getting people that are never going to be buyers of your product. They're people who are going to like your pages. Right. So Mari Smith actually
they go wide, not deep. I get it. I got it.
So Mari Smith actually talked to Facebook about when one should run Facebook like campaigns, and Facebook said, when you just started yesterday, like when you just started a Facebook page today, run it for one day and then never run it again.
Got it. Right. Just to get you a base of people.
Right. So now that you've chosen your optimization, you literally don't have to have any likes, any shares, anything on your Facebook page. Facebook can already be optimizing your ads based on the people you're actually reaching.
So wait, you never have to set it. I'm going to get this straight, right? So people can understand that are watching. Make sure they. right? I'm setting up Facebook ads for the first time for my business.
Yes.
Right? Nothing's live. I set it all up. I'm all done. All my campaigns are paused. I can already know and go and start to optimize based on the relevance, interest, and targets without it ever going live because Facebook actually knows.
No. You have to spend money. You have to spend, let's say, $20 in that ad set.
Okay, got it. I understand. So run it for a day. Right, just like the search terms of Google. I say
2 days. You need 20. I say 48. Me and Rick Mulready, he says 3 days. I say 2 days. Someone else says 36 hours. Depends.
We'll go with the lowest bidder. It's a race to the bottom.
Yes, 36. You have to go at least 36 hours.
Hit pause and enable to hit pause. Right.
You need at least 36 hours of runtime for optimization. So now, because Facebook is like this, right? So that means that Facebook, in theory, is finding people that are better than the people you are targeting for the thing you're asking for. But that doesn't always mean that it's the thing you actually want, because video views are great, but they don't really do anything for you. Like, oh, you have 15 million video views. Great example. I assume you saw the viral video yesterday from SodaStream. Paris Hilton.
I haven't.
Okay. Well, Paris Hilton was on.
Talk about a race to the bottom, huh?
is now the SodaStream whoever, and she made a video called the Nano Drop, and it didn't mention SodaStream anywhere in the video. They actually made a new Facebook page called Nano Drop. They released the page, I think, 3 days ago. They made the video, and it's basically this whole thing that instead of having to carry around all these big bottles of water, you just carry around this one drop of water, and it's infused with 5,000 times more thirst quenching than a single cup of water. Right? So you drink one sip and it's equal to an entire cup of water, like an entire bottle of water. Right. And that video got 17 million views yesterday. So I assume at this point it's got to be somewhere near 30 million views, right? And then at the end it says, if you want to buy a Nano Drop, go to nanodrop.org. And you go there and there's another video. And that second video is a YouTube video. And that video says, well, I found out that this whole thing was a big fat lie, but if you want to save the environment and you want to have, whatever, buy a SodaStream. Right? So I'm 100% confident SodaStream ran this ad as a video view ad, not a website click ad, a video view ad. So they got the cheapest cost per 3-second view, which doesn't really mean anything. It boosts that number of video views. It had Paris Hilton in the first few seconds. So maybe it got, 15, 20 seconds of view time in a 3-minute video, something like that. It boosts their numbers like crazy. And then it then forces you to come to visit this website. And that second video only has 170,000 views out of the 16 million people. We're talking about 1% of the people that watched that just saw the 3 seconds of the video even came to the site to watch the second video. So that means that 99% of the people that saw that video had zero idea it came from SodaStream.
Right.
So it's like, congratulations, SodaStream. A bunch of people saw a video about a product that cannot actually be bought, and they had no idea it was from you. Because they optimized for video views instead of optimizing for website clicks, which would have dropped the number of views on the video. They would have, instead of 17 million, they would have gotten, maybe 5-6 million, but they would have driven millions of.
Can they remarket that second video though? Let's say put it up on.
Well, that's
Facebook.
a YouTube video. They could target anyone.
I'm just saying, can they use that? Whatever.
Yes.
Download a Facebook video, re-upload it, remarket it, and saw the first video. Well, maybe that's what they're doing next week.
Maybe. No, but that video is a YouTube video, so they can't turn around and do it next week. If that video would have been a Facebook video, they could have posted it on their page, hidden it on their timeline, because they had 0 likes the day before, so they could have posted it. And then they just embed that Facebook video on their website. And then anyone who watches, 10 seconds of that second video, they can retarget to sell them a SodaStream.
Right. Okay, so back to the topic.
Okay. So because of this, Facebook is optimizing for the thing you asked for, even if that's not really the thing you want, which most of the time I'll have conversations with clients. Yeah, I want impressions. Okay, we got 1 million impressions, didn't do anything. Well, this is a total failure of an ad, because they didn't actually want impressions. They actually wanted people to buy their product. That's what they actually want. So you'll tell Facebook, I want to optimize for X. They will optimize for that thing and nothing else.
Right.
So Facebook is giving you the cheapest cost per impression in front of the people that are most likely going to engage or interact with the ad according to what you've chosen. So,
well, it's pretty misleading from Facebook in a way, right? Everyone thinks they're.
Go on.
I'm just saying, like, because what I mean, right? Like, you think, like, oh yeah, I'm going to want to get page likes, and you're really not serving it to people that, let's say, it's just.
You know
like,
why?
It's just.
You know why? Because
I
Facebook wants you to think that you're doing really well.
I understand.
Yep.
I understand.
Yep.
It's the shyster, yes.
Yes.
I know that. It was actually like Zoom. In any event.
So now because of this, Facebook is serving you to the cheapest people to get your thing, but they're not giving you the thing you really want, which is the leads, the conversions, the purchases, the registrations, the thing you really want them to give you. So what you have to do is run ads for, what I said, 2 days, 3 days, however many, just to get it started, $20 a day for that 36 to 72-hour period. And then based on that, you're seeing the results you want, which would be conversions, registrations, leads, so on and so forth. And then based on the fact that you're actually seeing those things, now you could turn around and say, okay, now I want cheaper impressions to these same people because I'm actually seeing results from these people. And they're actually, getting purchases. So
and on what level do you see the relevance?
Relevance is on the ad level, which is the lowest level.
Okay, got it. Well, quality score is shown on the keyword level for.
Right, but that's very important because Google. It means that when Google tells you a quality score, there is, what to do now, right? There's a clear thing to do. Oh, change my keywords, change my, whatever. When you get a bad relevance score on Facebook, there's nothing to do because you have no idea what the reason is. Is it because I'm optimizing the ad wrong? Is it because I'm targeting the wrong people? Is it because my landing page is bad? Is it because my ad itself is bad? Is it the text? Is it the image? Is it the header? Is it the forms? You have no idea what's wrong because the quality score is at the very end. It's the last thing, like the relevant, right?
So let's see if I can recap for people that don't know you as well as I, so they might not follow your train of thought.
Well, these people, these 6 people live are probably all your people, not mine.
Okay, yours left. So perfect. Okay, so after you make your accounts and you do the right targeting, you take your time, set it all up, let it run for a few days. Then what you do is go in your ad level, go in, let's say, ad group or ad set by ad set, and take a look at the ads and see what the relevance scores are. Under the relevance score in that column, Facebook will actually recommend to you what is very relevant.
Facebook gives you all it does is it says,
well, think what targeting is relevant.
After your ad has gotten over 500 impressions, they will just write a relevance score between 1 and 10 with no other information.
Oh, okay. They don't say what targeting is more relevant than the other. They just tell you how relevant this ad is for its targeting. Is that correct? Do they take it a step further like Google? Do they do this is how relevant this ad is to its targeting, to its landing page? No, just added to its targeting.
Just give you a number. So
So if you think your targeting is very strong, then you should change your ad. If you think your ad's spot on, then you should change your targeting. That's it.
I do is yeah, correct. But what I do is I leave nothing to chance, nothing at all to chance. The way I do that is I create every possible ad set, which is where you target the people that you can at the same time. I'm in the single ad campaign where I say, okay, I want website conversions. I want people to buy my product. So I'm going to say, okay, who am I going to target? In ad set 1, website visitors. Ad set 2, Facebook likes. Ad set 3, friends of likes. Ad set 4, video viewers, right? Each of them are getting their own. And then in addition to them, I'll run some interest targeting in their own separate ad set. So now I've targeted every possible targeting I could do. Then in each ad set, I have a bunch of versions of ad, 40, between either 24 or 48, depending on how many versions of text that I use.
Stop intimidating people.
Well, this is the thing I teach. I've taught this.
I know you do.
Months and months. I have articles. I'm actually planning to write an article now for Social Media Examiner on this topic, how to test this. I'm planning to call it testing with. No, what is it? It's a really great name.
I guess we'll just have to go and find out.
Yeah, we'll have to. Well, we're working on it. Lisa's working on it. We're getting to it. Okay, so basically the idea is to take the single ad that you have. So on a normal Facebook post, people here are on Facebook right now. You'll see that above this video that you're watching is text. So that text over here is called the text post. And on a normal link ad, there's 2 lines of text beneath the image or video, which is the headline, that big giant black text, and then the gray words underneath is the description. So what I do is, just like you want to have high keyword relevance, I also want to have those keywords, whatever that may be, whether that's the Facebook page or Facebook ads, you know, if that's the thing that you're targeting people for, you want to have that keyword somewhere in the post. The keyword that you want has to be somewhere in the ad, right? But you don't know where the best place is. Should it be in the text post? Should it be in the headline or the description? So I just create 3 versions of ad. Version 1 has it in the text post. 2
Wait, there isn't a general rule? You always have to test this?
Well, it's a general rule for every individual user.
Oh, okay.
Because John Smith reads every article about Donald Trump if it's in the headline. But Mary Smith watches every video about Donald Trump if it's in the text post. So Facebook will serve ad 1 to John Smith and ad 2 to Mary Smith. No relation, by the way.
That's crazy.
If you're curious. So because of that, I don't want to leave any chance like, oh, maybe I didn't think of a version of the ad that would be better. I simply just create every version of the ad. And I let them all run simultaneously, all of them in each little ad set. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm saying, forget relevance score. I'm literally running every option of the ad to every individual audience. And then if you turn around after 3 days, you can now say, oh, website videos, those were a waste of time, but video viewers, those are great. Oh, Facebook likes, horrible. Friends of likes, fantastic. You know, and you could literally just drop all the ones that aren't working after 2 or 3 days. Obviously, depending on how long your conversion funnel is.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to CPM, cost per.
So now what you're doing is, because you're creating every version of the ad for every ad set, Facebook will say, we're going to run ads 7, 15, and 33. Those are the most relevant to your audience. And you didn't even know. You would never have even thought to make ad number 33. So because I just have this system that it just creates, you know, I do it manually, but I just automatically am creating all these versions of the ad, Facebook will hand pick the best ones and then shoot those ones out to the best audiences for the lowest price. So I've literally, without exaggerating, I'm running ads right now for a client. Not getting into the details of what they do, but they created an ad. All I did was take the existing text on the ad and create the 6 versions by switching all the text around. Tested 4 images, 4 or 5 images, and I literally cut the price of conversion, click, and impression in half, simply by making more versions of the exact same ad they had.
Right.
So this is without doing any testing.
What do you think is a better way to kind of go a little off topic, but we're obviously trying to bring down prices here. Is it, if you had to choose one, is it better to A/B test either text in the top or the bottom, or A/B test pictures?
Why do you have to choose? It's the same price. Meaning you just
no, I understand you duplicate twice. I'm just saying where do you see a greater variance?
Both. It depends. It like totally is depend. Like I'll tell you, because I'll run the same ad. I'll run the same ad in the same, and this is why I totally hate relevance score, because I'll run the same ad. Remember, we're running 30 of the exact same ad. The only difference is where the text is located, and I'll see a relevance score of 4 and a relevance score of 8, literally exactly the same. And then I'll run the same ad with the only difference being the picture, but the text is in the same place. Relevance score of 4, relevance score of 9. You know, 5.
That's so weird, though. So it seems like
means nothing.
So the relevance score is the correlation between how much you paid. Wow. So the relevance score will basically help you figure out how you should be optimizing and pay much less per person seeing your ad and clicking on it and you making the sale conversion, making money. But however, it doesn't have a strong correlation between the actual relevance of what your ad is to the person you're targeting.
Correct.
Got it. So the relevance score is more of an awesome way to optimize your ads and make money based on optimization. But on Google, the quality score actually is a lot more is extremely highly correlated. Useful. Because we're useful. It makes sense, right? I mean, right. But also keep in mind we're Google targeting intent, what people are searching for. I'm not targeting people's interests and demographics and where in the ad they read and what other.
I think John Loomer had it best. He said you could actually go on Facebook to your ad preferences and you could see what interests that you are being targeted. And he said one of the things that he was targeted with was the word grass. So if you wanted to reach John Loomer, the biggest, one of the most well-known Facebook advertisers in the world, you would advertise to him with the interest of the word grass.
Grass, you might reach him. Is it because he smokes it or because he mows it?
Oh no, it's because he's a baseball coach and he probably spends a lot of time.
You see how relevant it is, right? My brother's a chef, so when I look at my ad preferences, I'm interested in chefs. I have no interest in chefs or the cooking channels or any of that, because I like his page and I share,
right.
And I think it's right. Well,
so anyone who's here live right now, I see there are 8 people live. I would love anyone that had any questions before we end this. It was a really great chat. Yoel got to do the topic of how to lower the CPM on Google. I got through
CPC.
the CPC and because
you missed it out from the beginning. You can go back and if anyone has any questions about how to lower CPC and your quality score for correlation between keywords, ads, and landing pages, you can also reach out to me here on Facebook.
Wadi Digital. I didn't tag Wadi Digital.
So tag it. It's never too late. And and anyone has any AdWords questions in general, let me know. And we should do this again. We should do unlimited topics, which is what's really cool about our.
Trust me, I'm well aware of the unlimited topics. We're at number.
Yes, I think all of your followers
200 something.
There you go.
Here is anyone who wants to follow Yoel's Facebook page, and he's going to start doing more Facebook Lives now that he's on here, right?
I'm going to start actually posting maybe on my Facebook. Because you're a social media person. I have a finance background. I'm a big data guy, and that's why I do a lot of A/B testing. I love the numbers, and so I'm always data, and I don't log into social media or even my email or even the news for the first few hours I'm awake, because then I don't have any distractions. I can get right to the raw data and improving accounts.
So I don't see any questions coming in. Is there anything that you'd like to end this chat off with?
Just remember, Google reads your text. Any text you have, and your ads, your keywords, and your other text. They read everything too, so it's Facebook. And just make sure to keep the correlate. Just in general, think about how good are you serving Google and their product, right? They want people to enjoy using Google.com. So they want what people are searching for. They get ads that are related to them. They get to a landing page that they like. So therefore, people more likely click ads in the future. So basically, if you can tailor it to that, to give them a positive experience to the searcher, ads in the search for, and to give them a special landing page for that, that is the best way to radically, literally fractions, bring down your cost per click and get further up on Google listing.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here, Yoel. I hope that everyone enjoyed. I saw a lot of people coming in and out through this video, so hopefully people got some nice tidbits throughout this live. There were lots of stuff in here. I think we're going to end this now. Yoel, thank you for being on here. Hopefully we'll get you on again soon. There's plenty more topics where we could debate Facebook and Google ad runs, ad spends. And as always, people who follow Ratz Media. My wife just screamed something from the back room. As always, I will see you in the next
video.
And we're going to